Hello everyone, thank you for joining me again. I hope that you're all staying safe. My name is Mauro. This is our 7th day in our week-long series of daily tango exercises, and today is summary day. So we will go through all the exercises that we've seen, unless I forgot one or two. Forgive me if I do. And we will not be explaining all the exercises, so actually we will rush through. And if you want the explanation, go watch the other videos. We collected them in a playlist, which should be linked up here, I'm guessing, or here, somewhere, we'll see. While I do the exercises, I'll show them, but I will be talking a bit more about some tips that I want to give you on how to do these exercises, how to continue doing, what to take from them, how to make them most efficient. Then I will be discussing a bit the future videos that we want to see and what our plans are. And finally, I will give you one piece of advice that will mean that you should not take anything I say too seriously, but hopefully you'll still feel that this was worth investment of your time. So without waiting any longer, we start by stretching. And while we do that, let's see, I will stretch also my multitasking skills, trying to talk about something completely different and try not to get distracted. So the first thing I want to tell you about these exercises is that we want to do them often. So the most important thing in technique is repetition. So I suggest that in the next week you go over all these videos once again. Try to see if you can do the exercises a bit better this time, and if you improve your ranges, your stability, notice any difference, and hopefully you'll see that it actually improves. But it's not so much a race as is a marathon. There's never a moment where we say, okay, I got this, and we stop exercising it. So I continue to do it, and I suggest you do too. The first thing that I want you all to do when you're doing the exercises and take care of is safety, of course. When we start exercising, we want to listen to our body, because the first thing that you'll notice is that some exercises will be very easy, will improve very rapidly. These are usually the muscles, joints, tendons that we use the least, right? So now I'm going up and down with the heels, so I forgot to call it out. These are the parts of the body that we use the least, and so they will improve very fast, but they're also the weakest. So it's very easy to get injured on that. And I would like you to stay safe and be always healthy, so don't hurt yourself. It's even if you feel that you can double the amount of time you can do on exercises from one day to the other, don't do so. Try to just improve a little bit, and as long as you do that, it's going to be fine. Now I'm going to the middle and lowering on the other side for a few times, left and right. Now, so safety first. And the other thing that I want to suggest is that you mix and match your own exercises, okay? So 10 minutes is long, and if we put together all the videos, it's more than an hour long. And of course, we do not want to do these exercises for an hour. It's not necessarily useful, and especially not everyone has the time. I don't do this for an hour a day. So every day just pick the hardest exercise you want to go for, and just build up from something. So warm up slowly, take the easy exercises, start with those and build up your routine going towards the hardest exercise you chose for the day, your goal. So you start stretching, you warm up, You build up and then you cool down by doing something like a massage or a stretch, working in the joints as we've seen in the end of all these videos. Let's do it on the other side, back and forth, up with one heel, down with the other. Up with one heel, down with the other. Now, when you do that, you can just choose what your goal is for the day. You can pick whatever exercise from these videos or from your teacher or from other videos. Everything is compatible. Experiment. Make sure that you try a few different things and get comfortable and find what works for you. It's not so much about doing exactly what I do. It's just a set of ideas, as always. Finally, what I want, now I'm doing steps, so head stays flat. What I want you to pay attention to is control. Make things slow. Slow means I have to control. I can't just jump from one place to the other, back and forth, right? So I go back, I go forth and back, very slow, so that I have to really know that I'm in axis. Okay, that's the kind of things that we want to be able to do when dancing. Remember, this is for dancing. This is not for the sake of doing technique. We stand now on the left and do the same back and forth. Now, with that out of the way, control was a big theme in the whole week, but another theme that I really wanted to convey, and hopefully you gather, is that all of these exercises are doable. They are hard, but it's not necessarily impossible. They don't require a special skill or talent, it's just amount of time invested. So every one of you can do it. I know it, and I'm sure of it. It's just a matter of time. When we stand on a single foot and try to lift our heel, it's not something that we can't do. Now I'm rolling my foot from my heel. It's not that we can't do it. It's just hard. But hopefully, we all know that if we practice it enough, we will manage. Okay? So that's something that I wanted you to feel, because sometimes I had the impression when I watch videos, when I follow lessons, I have the impression sometimes that some movements are just a matter of raw talent. And often it's not like that. It's just a lot of work. But when we see when we see a very complicated movement, when we see a very complicated movement, sometimes we don't know how to break it down, and it just seems magic. And hopefully none of these exercises that we did in this week will feel like magic to you. Okay? Maybe hard, but not impossible. And that was really one thing that I really wanted to tell you, because it can be disheartening to see someone going incredibly precise and fast on something, and then you just don't know how to get there. These exercises will let you do even the crazy stuff, but will give you achievable goals that you can, build up upon. And then even the crazy stuff will become possible if you do these kind of things. At least that's how it works for me. Now, for the channel, in the future, what we will do is take a small pause, probably a week or so. I will want to improve a bit the setup here. It's been a bit hard to do this every morning and set up the camera and a few other devices and charge everything. So we will just take a little bit of time to make this a bit more efficient, possibly spend less time fiddling and more time planning the content, right, of these videos. We are planning two series of videos like this, two other week-long series. one focusing on the upper body, and the second one focusing on the pivots, right? We don't know which one will happen first. You can let us know in the comments if you have a preference, but we will eventually do both. And now, so we will take this pause for 1 week. Possibly we will release a stretching video during the weekend if we manage to. No promises there, but we will definitely try to give you something also in the weekend. So stay subscribed in order to see everything that we upload, and then to see when we restart another series in a few days, maybe a week. For the final thing, as we do the last few exercises. So one thing that one piece of advice that I can give you that maybe is contrary to everything that we've seen until now is that while technique is great and I really love doing it and I think it helps me a lot, it is not the most important thing in tango, nor is necessary at all. You have to remember that tango was not invented by athletes or ballet dancers. It was made and created by normal people. There are plenty of dancers that are so skilled, so much powerful, so much more powerful than anyone else, people I look up to, that have not actually done probably any of these exercises ever. And there are 90 years old dancers who cannot definitely do most of these exercises, and I still have so much to learn from. So while I definitely suggest you do these exercises and try them at home, and I do think they will improve your dancing, they are not tango itself. So still go to classes, still try the steps, still try the connection. What these things can help you do is to be more comfortable in your body, more comfortable in your feet, and be able to follow all the other lectures, all the other classes, and dance in a milonga without having to care about it. So for technique, we want to do it and we want to forget it, okay? And that's really my main message. We do this so that we don't have to worry about our balance or about our axis when we are trying a new step or when we are dancing in a milonga. We can just care about our partner and about the music, which is what really matters in tango. With this, we just stretch a little bit more and we will be done with the series. And I want to thank you all once again for joining me. I hope you followed along. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you find it useful, and I'd love to hear from you, your experiences, your ideas, your suggestions in the comments. As always, please like and subscribe, and in order to see the next videos, and I will see you soon, either with a short stretching video, or when we start the new series in a week or so. Thank you very much. Stay safe and happy holidays. Bye bye.